It's Rage on the Rubbish and Rage podcast. You see, for once in my measly old life, I am going to do some reading. That's correct. I witnessed my YouTuber, He's Rubbish, do some reading. And he took the piss out of me for not reading only his Wally books. I can confirm I have done more reading than that. I have gone through the entire series of Biff and Chip, which is a major landmark in my life. And I'm going to go a bit further by reading some Harry Potter fan fiction. So, it depends how long I can keep this up for. It might be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. I hope not an hour because I've got better things to do in my life. So I think without any hesitation we should get started. I'm on fanfiction.net book / Harry Potter. So we'll see what some of these bullshit things are. We're going to start off one by Idrael. It's called WhatsApp. Okay. I'll post links in the description if you guys want to read. This isn't fucking English. Jesus Christ. What a fucking great start this is. Oh, hang on, let's translate. Okay, so it's by Idrael. Okay, let's start. Hermione laid down on the table the booklet Ginny had bought. She looked at him for a few seconds in horror and indignation. I think the translator's already fucked up. She looked at her for a few seconds in horror. What made you think I need to target this absurd campaign to find a mate, Ginny? She asked angrily to her friend, not knowing that Ginny was going to be banging Harry Potter. Well, maybe it's like, I don't know, 3 years you do not have a serious date with a man? The redhead asked, the redhead being Ginny, just for you people out there who don't know what's going on. I go out. Who's I? Okay. Leave on Thursdays for coffee with your homosexual secretary. It's not a date. What the fuck is going on? He's not gay, Hermione defended, though she full well knew it was not true. Who the fuck are we on about? Like, it isn't actually stating who, what the fuck? Oh, wait, hang on, she looked at him for a few seconds. Wait, hang on, who's the he we're on about here? Oh, am I missing something? I probably am. It is true, though. But that does not mean I need to what? If you need to help finding a partner, recognise it, attacked her friend. There was nothing wrong, and it was a campaign with an innovative method they have bought from muggles. It looks like a lot of fun. What the fuck is going on? I genuinely have no idea what's going on. Why am I married to Harry? He said mockingly. Who's he? Is it going to be he or she? Let's see, he said. Lydia. This is fucking... Ugh. Hang on. Smiled at a friend. Look, Hermione, I'm your friend, and I cannot continue to see you alone while I know what it is to enjoy love, and you deserve a love. You can tell I don't fucking read, can't you? I cannot go out every night with a man and reject him when I realise I have nothing to do with him, defended the chestnut. Who's the chestnut? Okay, I think translator's buggering up here. I think I'm better off reading it in Spanish. Which ain't going to happen. You have not even read the brochure, asked Ginny, annoyed. Ginny questioned, annoyed. It makes it clear that you will not meet the men in person until you have talked to them for as long as you decide. The chestnut picked up the chestnut. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm 3 minutes in already and I'm fucking struggling to read this shit already. WhatsApp. I've heard my parents talk about it. They have it on their mobiles, but I never used it, and I do not talk to anyone in the muggle world. But you know how it works, Ginny urged. Yes, I know how to fucking... I've got a translate stuck in the way now, so I can't read. Yes, I know it used to talk to people in real time. Hermione thought for a moment. Then they would give me a cell phone and talk to guys without having to see any of them. I do not care. The only problem is the physical aspect, complained the redhead. Just complain Ginny. We're going to have to describe her as a redhead, fucking hell. Imagine that you're talking to a troll. When the fuck do Wizarding World go into trolling? I'm complaining too much. Ginny, what matters is the interior. Of course, he murmured. Who's he? Okay, I'm going to miss this one out. I'm not understanding a word of this bullshit. Okay, let's go for the hope of the future. Let's hope this is English. Ah, this is English. So this will be interesting. Okay. Oh, there's a disclaimer on this. All character in the world and the story belongs to J.K. Rowling. I own nothing. Okay, fair enough, because you're on a fan fiction, so you can write whatever the fuck you want about it. Here's my fanfic, so I hope that I did justice to the characters and the story as a whole. This is called The Hope of the Future by Muggle Dumbledore. So, shout out to this dude. Sounds a bit of a cunt, but Right, let's get started with this bullshit. This is going to be fucking glorious. Chapter 1, Prized Possession. It's July 30th, 1994. And just shortly after Ed and Sona passed away. Harry Potter was sitting on his bed in his room at 4 Privet Drive. It was fair enough. Holding the letter sent by his ex-Dada Professor Remus Lupin. Lupin was pretty bro. He was also a werewolf, I think. I think I was Lupin, was it? He was hoping against hope that the letter may be an invitation sent this summer with him, or some information regarding his godfather. He hadn't contacted Lupin since he resigned from his post a couple of months back and left Hogwarts, and Ben's now talking to me. He finally gathered his courage to open the envelope addressed to him from Mooney. He extracted the letter and opened it, and it read, "Dear Harry, I hope this letter finds you in good health and spirit. I ask for your forgiveness for my silence since that Halloween night. I should have at least written to you after you started Hogwarts. My spirit was broken that night when Dumbledore told me the news about your parents. 2 of my closest friends moved on to the next great adventure that night. The only emotion my heart had was grief. I believed, like everyone else, that Padfoot had betrayed your parents. Once I came to my senses, I went to find him, to death and one to betrayal. That day I came to know that true despair meant I lost my will to live a life. Now it's just a sorry existence. After Padfoot's escape from Azkaban. I thought it was Azerbaijan. I thought Azkaban was actually a real place because of it. Anyway. But I came to know what happened between Padfoot and Wormtail. In less than a day, my whole life turned on its head. I lost all my friends. 3 to protect you. Or 3 to... Wait, what? Hang on, I'm skipping lines here. What the fuck? 3 to death and 1 to betrayal. That day I came true to despair meant I lost my will to live after. Now, it was my... I forgot about that already. Now it's my sole existence. After Padfoot's escape from Azkaban, Professor Dumbledore came to me and offered a job at Hogwarts with hope that if Padfoot succeeded by bypassing the barriers, I would be the right person to protect you. It's my chance of redemption and revenge. The whole year I wanted to talk to you about your parents, tell you stories from our school years, introduce you to the Marauder's way, to know you better, but there was always this voice in my head screaming that I was inadequate for this. I knew a good big word there. It was despair, survivor's guilt, that stopped me from introducing you to your uncanny Mooney. Every time when you came to my office, every time I was teaching you the Patronus charm, I was reminded about my loss all those years back. You remind me of James and Lily. I wanted to know you better, talk about your life, but every time I could not gather the courage to take the first step. I am sorry, I know it is late, but I still hope that you'll be able to forgive me for my inaction. I've rambled enough and made you sad by reminding you all those memories. So let's move on to some happier topics. Happy birthday, Harry. I know you've been ditched for the past 11 years about your birthday, but now I thought I'd make amends. I just made that bit up. I've missed your last 12 birthday. Oh, okay, I just made that bit up. I don't know if I can see this bit. I've missed your last 12 birthdays. Hence, I'm sending you your most prized possession as a birthday gift for all birthdays I've missed. It's a picture of my penis. Oh, wait, no, hang on, it doesn't read that. The envelope has a photo. It was taken the day you and Lily were brought home from St Mungo's. St Mungo's for the first time. It's the only picture I have of your parents, Sirius and you. I hope you will like it. Yours, Mooney. Harry was still holding the letter, misty-eyed. He dropped the letter on the bedside with him and extracted the picture that Mooney mentioned from the envelope. One glance at the photo, Harry could not hold the tears back any longer. His parents were sitting on the 2-seater couch. He was in his mother's arms between his parents, sleeping peacefully. James's arm round Lily's shoulder, leaning her into him. Their heads merely an inch apart. Sirius and Remus sitting on the armset either side of the couple. Their arms thrown at the back of the couch. The expression on their face was pure joy. He could see love and contentment in the eyes of his parents. Sirius' eyes showcasing his excitement, same as Mooney's. He sat there for minutes, just staring at the photo in his hands, admiring the love and happiness he never knew. His tears now dried, leaving a trail on his cheeks. He opened the photo album and pasted a photo just behind the photo of his parents with him. He hurried, grabbed a parchment and quill, ink, and started writing a letter in response to Lupin's birthday gift. He was happy to the core that he finally had met something to remember Sirius and Lupin by. He sent the reply with a postal that brought the letter, thanking them for giving him. He wanted to ask more about the stories of their youth. He wanted to know whether Padfoot has contacted him or not. He sat in front of his desk, fucking hell, even I knew that bit, facing the window and watching the bird fly away to deliver the letter. It was not even his birthday, and he was feeling that already was a happy birthday. A few minutes later, and he drifted in his sleep. Oh my god, there's fucking more. Wait, how many chapters is there? Fucking 4 chapters! Jesus Christ, I'm not going to cope with this one. Okay. Right, this is interesting. The midnight moon was bathing the landscape in its silver glow. The man on the hilltop looked quite eerie in the moonlight. The man was an 18th century country house overlooking a small village and a foothill. The 3-story affair with an attic couple were occupied 52 years. I can't fucking read. Why did Ben make me do this shit? Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go for the next one. Is there any that is simple and easy for me to read? Let's go through it. French, Spanish, Polish by the looks of it. Oh, fucking hell. Let's go to the handshake. This is the handshake. Hey, it's a short story. I might be able to read this one. Okay. This story this is a story idea. What would have happened had Harry accepted Draco's handshake? We'll have to see. Disclaimer: this story contains direct excerpts, characters, and plot points from Harry Potter. All that you recognise, this series is J.S. There's just a space there. Okay, 2 chapters, so it's not too bad. Okay, chapter 1, Malfoy. Draco Malfoy. I see we're going for the James Bond style here. Because putting a secret agent in Harry Potter style is going to be fucking brilliant, isn't it? They technically did do that with Severus Snape, didn't they? Anyway, chapter 1, Malfoy, Draco Malfoy. 3 boys entered, and Harry recognised the middle one at least. It was the pale boy from Madame Malkin's. He was looking at Harry with a lot more interest than he had in Diagon Alley. "Is it true?" he said. "They were saying on the train that Harry Potter is the compartment. So it's you, is it?" "I swear in the movie you said so it's true on the same train Harry Potter was come to Hogwarts. I swear that's what they said." "Yes," said Harry. He was looking at the other boys. Both of them were thick set and looked extremely mean. Standing either side of the pale boy looked like bodyguards, which is weird because one of the bodyguards actually got time done in prison for dealing drugs, I think it was. I can't remember if it was Crab or God. I think it was Crab. But then he changed skin tones in the final films, which is quite funny. Because, when an actor quits a film or acting role, you just replace it with someone with a different ethnicity, because that always works. "Oh, this is Crab, and this is Goyle," said the pale boy carelessly, noticing where Harry was looking. "And my name's Malfoy. Draco Malfoy." "Oh, yeah, he said that in the film, didn't he? Oh, fuck, yeah, I forgot about that." Ron gave a slight cough, which might have been hiding a snigger. Well, that could have been misworded. Draco Malfoy looked at him. "Think my name's funny, do you? Don't need to ask your hair. You are. My father told me that all you Weasleys have red hair, freckles, and more children than they can afford." Well, their parents obviously got more sex than your dad did, so that's your fucking fault, isn't it? You piece of shit. They looked at you and thought, "What a piece of shit. We're not fucking have any more kids." He soon turned back to Harry. "You soon found out that some wisdom families are better than others. You don't be making things of the wrong sort. I can help you there." He held out his hand to shake Harry's. I wonder what happens next. Chapter 2, handshakes and the long debates. Hopefully. Oh, this is fucking longer. Well, not that much longer. Okay. I tried to make it as realistic as possible. I hope you enjoy. It's another disclaimer. Cheeky Ferret. Is this guy named Cheeky Ferret? It's by Cheeky Ferret, by the way, this guy. So, that's interesting. What makes you think that? Harry questioned, puzzled. Think what? That some bloodlines are better than others? Yeah, Harry said. I just made that bit up. I just thought I'd make it a bit clearer for you guys because you know I'm a nice guy. Because how can you explain that some wizards and witches have more magical talent than others? So are people... Who's saying what now? Even I'm getting confused. This doesn't take much. So are people with witch and wizard parents better at magic than people with muggle parents? That's nothing to do with one, but alright. Yes, definitely. I know about magic than anyone on this train. Except maybe Sabini and Parkinson. Who the fuck is Sabini and Parkinson? Parkinson's got his own talk show and Sabini sounds like something you can get cream for. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, Sabini actually sounds like an Italian footballer. Do you know all the textbooks and everything? There's no... I'm having to separate these now because of different times that they're talking. But I'm just fucking confused as hell now. There's no point learning about things in textbooks. That's what Hogwarts is for. I met a muggle-born girl that knew everything from all the textbooks. Really? Malfoy raised an eyebrow. Okay, so we're now on track now to who's talking. Yes, Harry said. I'm going to have to add all this shit now because this guy's too fucking stupid to add all this. Are you challenging me, Potter? Well, that's Malfoy, obviously. I suppose I am. Harry stood up. I look forward to it. Malfoy extended his hand. Again, even though his hand was out last time, there was no sign of him putting his hand back. Harry shook it. And with that, Draco Malfoy was gone. Spoiled brat, Ron muttered bitterly. Hey, you're pretty out of line there. What was the comments about his name? He's a pure-blooded brat. His father and mine have hated each other for ages. Why do they hate each other? Said Harry. Well, his father thinks mine is a blood traitor, and my father thinks he is a Death Eater, said Ron. What's a Death Eater? Harry asked, puzzled. Fucking, he's asking puzzling a lot of things, isn't he? A supporter of you-know-who, that being Ben. Pure evil, the lot of them. Actually, no, it's a supporter of Donald Trump. If Malfoy's father is evil, why isn't he in wizard jail? He says he was bewitched. My dad never believed him, said Ron. But Malfoy may not necessarily be like his father. He looks like a carbon copy, if you ask me, said Ron cockily. Maybe, said Harry. You better hurry up and put your clothes on, said Hermione, because you're standing here naked in front of me and I'm getting sexually aroused and my pussy is dripping wet. Oh wait, Harry doesn't say that. I've just been up the phone and asked the driver, and he says we're nearly there. You haven't been fighting, have you? No, we were just arguing with someone, Ron said, scowling. Can you leave us alone? Before I pound your pussy, maybe have 3 kids. Oh wait, hang on, she didn't say that. Whoa, I don't know, my WhatsApp is blowing up, and that's not the story that I read earlier. You better have him put your clothes on. Alright, I only came here because people have been behaving childishly outside the corridors, Hermione sniffled. Ron glared at her as she left. Harry peered out the window. It was getting dark. He could see mountains and forests under a deep purple sky. The train did seem to be slowing down. A voice echoed through the train. We'll be reaching Hogwarts in 5 minutes. Is that it? Is that all that happened if he just shook his hand? You know, alright, I'll shake your hand. And then Ron hates Malfoy and Harry then questions Ron. Well, that was a load of bullshit. Fucking hell. Okay, we got time for another one? Yeah, we've got time for another one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look for one more, shall we? I mean, it's been nearly 20 minutes. I mean, I've done better than I thought I would. Let's do fucking hell. Oh, England are 23 for 1. That was interesting enough. Fucking hell, these are all not in English. I wish I could read other languages. Oh, fucking hell. I think we should do Twist in Time. Let's do Twist in Time. It's by Embracing Magic. I'm starting to regret this already because it's a really fucking long one. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do the first chapter of this one. Okay, it's Twist in Time by Embrace Magic. When Harry runs away after blowing up his Aunt Marge, the last person he expects to run into is Draco Malfoy. He certainly doesn't expect Malfoy's weird pet dog Snuffles, and to prompt Malfoy to offer help. I'm just going to have to pause the recording quickly, hang on. Right, okay, I'm back. I just had to take a quick poop. And it was like quick, actually. I was actually gone longer than the podcast is at the minute. So, let's see what happens. Okay, Harry collapsed against a wall in Magnolia Crescent, panting from the effort of dragging his trunk. Whichever way he looked at it, he had never been a worse fix. He'd just done some serious magic, blowing up his Aunt Marge, well, she was fat anyway, so she was dying anyway, so really he'd done her a favour by ending her life quickly. Which meant he was almost certainly expelled from Hogwarts. He should have tried harder to ignore Aunt Marge's jibes. He hadn't been able to help himself. Not when she was talking about his parents. Harry closed his eyes and counted to 7, and when he woke, he was then in heaven. A funny pricking on the back of his head made Harry feel as though he was being watched. He looked around, unable to shake the uneasy feeling. Harry reached for his wand. Lumos. What's Lumos Maximus? Harry would recognise that hair anywhere. What was mouth? What would recognise? I would recognise that hair anywhere. Fucking hell, I can't read. What was Malfoy doing in a little wing? Malfoy was the last person I would expect to see in a Muggle town, and yet there he was, 13 years old and in a town on his own, away from his father. Malfoy had looked quite startled when Harry had spotted him, but when Harry looked up at the usual look of disdain, he was back on Malfoy's face. Graceful as always, Potter! That's all I can remember from Harry Potter. Harry quickly reached for his wand and scrambled to his feet. There was a good chance he would need to defend himself. What are you doing here, Malfoy? Harry was surprised at how steady his voice sounded. Oh, I've made that one completely. It's as if everything had happened tonight. It hadn't been bad enough he had to deal with Malfoy. Malfoy ran a hand through his hair. Harry noticed that Malfoy seemed nervous. What was he up to? I was just walking my dog. Harry looked beside Malfoy and was startled by the hulking shape of a large black dog with wide, gleaming eyes. I put so much effort in that I'm actually lost on where I am. Oh yeah, he'd been so focused on Malfoy, he hadn't noticed it earlier. He didn't notice a great big fucking dog standing next to him. Alright, okay, whatever. Harry looked beside Malfoy and started to see a hulking black dog with wide gleaming... Oh, fuck it, I read that bit already. Harry wondered if the dog was some kind of magical companion that would eat Harry if Malfoy told him to. He hoped not. Right. Harry and Malfoy stared at each other. They both clearly wanted to leave, but neither wanted to be the first to turn their back. Well, that and Harry had nowhere else to go anyway. Malfoy's dog whined and suddenly nudged his head against Malfoy's arm. And Harry swore that it gestured towards Harry. No, Malfoy told the dog firmly with a glare. It looked as though the dog glared back. He barked loudly. Oh my god, shut up! Malfoy hissed. Fine, he said. Harry looked between Malfoy and the dog in confusion. Potter, come with us. Harry's mouth dropped open. What? Malfoy rolled his eyes. We saw you blow up that Muggle woman. Malfoy's lips twitched. He seemed torn between appreciating seeing a Muggle hexed and not wanting to enjoy the magic because it had come from Harry. You have nowhere else to go. Come with us. Harry laughed hollowly. Malfoy glared back. What's your brilliant idea then, Potter? Roll your trunk all the way to whatever hovel the Weasleys call their home. Even I know they're in Egypt. Believe me, I've heard all about it. Beside Malfoy, the dog growled. Oh, beside Malfoy, the dog growled, yeah. Harry looked from the dog back to Malfoy. He hit back the angry comment. He would have liked to make after Malfoy's comments about the Weasleys. After all, Malfoy had a point. Harry didn't really have anyone else to go. That was the problem. Malfoy, even if I was stupid enough to think it was a good idea, your father hates me. I'd be murdered in my sleep. Malfoy glared. If you must know, Potter, I'm not staying at home. I'm staying with a relative, one who actually does like you. Harry thought hard, trying to remember if he'd met any of Malfoy's relatives he couldn't recall. Why? Harry asked. None of your business, Malfoy snapped. The dog nudged him again, and Malfoy sighed. He needed help, and I was taught not to abandon family, although father probably didn't mean for that to include disowned, reckless Gryffindor idiots. The dog made a strange sound. Harry stared in shock. The dog was laughing? Or was the dog laughing? What does it matter? Malfoy asked. You really have no choice. Harry considered Malfoy's words. He was right. Harry didn't have any option. The Ministry might be after him right now and there was no one else who could help him. Maybe Harry could spend the night at Malfoy's and try to find a way to contact Hermione in the morning. He was sure that, criminal or not, she and Ron would want to help him. He just had to survive the night. Harry took a deep breath and nodded. Okay. Malfoy's face screwed up. It looked as if he had preferred Harry to decline the offer. Great, he said sarcastically. That's fantastic. So I guess it's back to the poor people bus. The question was directed towards the dog. Harry wondered if Malfoy was losing it. He could have sworn the dog nodded back. Maybe he was losing it. Malfoy frowned and reached for his wand. There was a deafening bang that made Harry raise his own wand. Before he could do anything else, a bright light appeared. When Harry's eyes adjusted, he saw a purple bus that appeared in the air before them. Malfoy rolled his eyes at Harry, but didn't see anything else as he walked bored. The dog gave Harry a bright smile before he followed Malfoy. Harry blinked stupidly for a moment before he hurried him after them. Welcome to the night bus, emergency transport for... Gimel Place, Malfoy interrupted the conductor. Oh, it's you again. The conductor seemed pleased. And this time you're bringing a friend back. Harry startled at the conductor's words. Had Malfoy been watching him for a while? That's none of your business, Malfoy snapped before he returned to find a seat. Harry noticed he chose a seat that was as far away from the passengers as he could manage. Harry smiled apologetically at the conductor and went to sit with Malfoy and the dog. Malfoy was glaring at the hole in the seat while the dog watched Harry with a large smile on his face. Stop staring, Malfoy said towards the dog. You're going to creep him out. Harry shifted in his seat. He hoped that Malfoy's mysterious relative wasn't as insane as Malfoy. It was only one night, he reminded himself. He only had to survive the night. Okay, chapter 2. And this is twice as long. Fucking hell. Read this. Malfoy shoved a piece of paper into Harry's hand. Harry looked at the elegant writing scribbled across the paper. Number 12, Grimmauld Place. What? Harry looked around the house. He could see in number 11 and 13, but no 12. Creepy shit. At a loss, Harry looked down and read the address again. Number 12, Grimmauld Place. As soon as he reached the part, number 12, a battled door emerged out of nowhere between numbers 11 and 13. Harry's mouth dropped open. Beside him, Malfoy walked up the stairs and into the house without looking back. Harry stared at after Malfoy helplessly until the dog gently nudged him forward. There was a silver door knocker in the shape of a serpent on the door. So Malfoy's, Harry thought walking past the hallway, the room they entered, was dark with dreary wallpaper and age-blackened portraits. It looked like the house had been abandoned for some time. The dog followed in after Harry. Don't touch anything, Malfoy said. I thought you said your relative lived here, Harry said. It doesn't look like anyone's lived here in years. He's been away, Malfoy said shortly. Right, Harry said, looking around again. The house must have belonged to dark wizards. Harry wondered again if he'd made a mistake in trusting Malfoy. His eyes landed on nearby serpent-shaped candelabra. Malfoy must have followed his gaze. Trying to make friends, Potter? Malfoy taunted. I don't want to disappoint you, but it's not a real snake. Be nice, Draco. An unfamiliar voice from behind Harry. Before he could answer, Harry jumped and spun around, his heart in his throat. Standing behind him where the dog had been a moment ago was a tired man with shaggy hair. He looked vaguely familiar. Harry stammered back as he realised why the man looked familiar. It was the escaped convict from the Muggle News. He looked at Malfoy with wide eyes. Malfoy looked perfectly calm. Had this been his plan all along, to lead Harry in a trap? Harry, the man said, the voice full of emotion and holding his hand up in surrender. Harry, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. Harry held out his wand. Put your wand down, Potter. He's not going to kill you. Draco, the man walked sharply. He turned back to Harry and spoke in a soft voice. Harry, I'm serious. Your godfather. Oh boy, that was a twist. Of course, dog. He was a wolf though, and I swear he was a fucking wolf. A short while later, Harry and Sirius were sitting on a dusty couch in the living room. Sirius had explained that he was an Aminigus and had escaped Azkaban and turned into a dog. He told Harry he'd been best friends with Harry's dad, and he knew James and Lily's secret keeper until they swapped at the last minute. Sirius teared up as he explained how their friend, the one they had thought he could trust, had betrayed Harry's parents and framed Sirius. Malfoy had disappeared somewhere in the middle of Sirius' story. For that, Harry was grateful. What was his name? Asked Harry. The man who betrayed my parents. Sirius' face darkened. Peter Pettigrew. Harry's face blanked as he nodded. He didn't know how he felt. Where is he now? He asked. He's... Sirius, can I talk to you? Malfoy had reappeared in the doorway. Yes, just now, Malfoy said firmly. Sirius frowned at Malfoy, but got up and to follow him. I'll be right back, he said, laying a gentle hand on Harry's arm. Harry sat stunned on the couch, struggling to process what he'd just heard. Was Sirius telling the truth? He certainly sounded sincere. Why had nobody told him? Dumbledore, Hagrid, surely they'd known. Harry didn't have a very clear idea what he was doing as he stood up and crept to the door behind him, which Sirius and Draco were talking. Harry leaned there against the door listening. Because you don't know him like I do, Malfoy was saying, St. Potter won't let you go through with your plan. Pettigrew killed his parents, Sirius argued. They won't matter. He won't let you kill him. Sirius sighed. I don't want to keep anything from him. What do you think he'll do if he finds out Pettigrew's at Hogwarts? Draco said. He'll probably go straight to Dumbledore to try and catch Pettigrew himself. He's so much like James, Sirius said. How I have Gryffindors, he muttered. Harry made his way back to the couch in a daze. He still had a lot of questions, but it seemed clear that Sirius had been telling the truth. He thought about Malfoy, what I said. He wouldn't let you kill him. Harry wasn't so sure. His parents were dead because Pettigrew betrayed him. He had never met his godfather because Pettigrew had framed him for murder. Sirius had spent 12 years in Azkaban because of Pettigrew. Now Pettigrew was somewhere in Hogwarts. Malfoy didn't know Harry as well as he thought he did. It was a few more moments before Sirius and Malfoy returned. I was thinking, Sirius said to Harry as he sat down, the Ministry's probably looking for you after what happened. Harry tensed. So much has happened in the last few hours that you've forgotten the Ministry were probably out to arrest him for what he'd done to his Aunt Marge. We should let them find you before they start a manhunt. Harry looked at Sirius in shock. Sirius wanted to turn himself in. You don't have to stay with him. You can come back here, if you wanted to. Sirius rubbed the back of his neck nervously. But, Harry said, won't they arrest me? Malfoy laughed at even Sirius allowed himself a small smile. They won't arrest you for accidental magic, Sirius said. But they'll need to know if you're safe after you're on the run. Oh. Harry felt his cheeks heat up. So where will they look for him? Malfoy asked. Sirius looked at Harry. Where were you going to go? I don't know, Harry said. I didn't know about the night bus. If you had? Sirius asked. Harry thought carefully. I needed money, so Diagon Alley. Sirius nodded. Okay, Diagon Alley it is. Are you coming, Draco? I think I spent more than enough time on that bus tonight, Malfoy said as he stood up. I'm going to bed. The night bus conductor was much more friendly when he saw that Malfoy wasn't with Harry. Sirius had come along in dog form and sat beside Harry, as Stan Shumpike had read a news article about him. It was a rather uncomfortable trip, and Harry was relieved when they arrived at the Leaky Cauldron. Sirius slipped off the bus first, hurried into the dark shadows by the wall. Harry watched him go until he was startled by a louder voice. There you are, Harry! The voice said as Harry stepped off the night bus. He felt a hand on his shoulder. Fucking hell. He felt a hand on his shoulder and looked up to see that he walked right into the Ministry of Magic. Cornelius Fudge. I thought it was going to be Hermione for some fucking reason. Right, that's the end of that story. And that's about as much as I can take for one day. I think I'm done with this bullshit. Right, that was the Rubbish and Rage Shitcast, Harry Potter fan fiction. I'm done with Harry Potter fan fictions for the rest of my life. See you cunts later. I'm now going to go and drink some bleach. So, fuck you all.